I am live. Hey folks, I'm Asif. Welcome to my home and welcome to a late night art stream. Now, Diva, usually usually do a savory Sunday streams on Sundays. I was not feeling great. I decided to visit a parade in a very rainy day. It was a good time. I enjoyed myself, but I might have had a little bit too much fun. Let's just say that. So yeah, I'm tired. I'm exhausted. But hey, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. So we believe that, and that's why we're here, hanging out, chilling out, on a very different kind of live stream. So welcome to an art stream. I was working on this project, and I unfortunately haven't been able to go back to this one since I started. Let me do some cleanup. But yeah, we already had dinner at home. That's why you get Richmond Public Market, because that's a lot of food you can stretch. Jerome's just watching One Piece somewhere in peace. He's right next to me. He's just chilling. Hey Cam, hey Justin, welcome. Diva, we're just gonna continue on the project which I was working on earlier. Same thing. I haven't really had a lot of opportunity to work, and I was like, you know what? Let's do 2 fish at a go. So this is a piece that I've been working on for a while. Hey Nick, welcome. It's based on old Dhaka. It has a lot of lace. And now I'm sort of making one. I don't know if you guys can, let me zoom me in, that I can do. So I couldn't find this lace, so I'm making one myself with plastic pearls and beads. It's just white, not white, it's eggshell white beads and gold beads. Very simple. Aw, thank you so much, Cam. Appreciate. Yeah, so Diva, welcome. This is what I want to do. Jerome's just watching One Piece in the back. I'm doing this, just chilling, having a good time. That's what we want to do. Just talk, have fun. I think the lighting's good.
Yeah, we're at episode 502.
502, and they're going back to the old stuff. They're showing...
we're at the Ace Savo Luffy arc, and
Yeah.
we're going to be moving into the next arc after this, which would be the 3D2I arc. That's all I know. I didn't look forward any further than that.
Well, yeah, you don't want to spoil the whole story.
Exactly.
But welcome, folks. Welcome to the stream. You know what? A lot like Luffy, I think we're going to my backstory, because this is part of me that goes way back. I've been working on projects like these since I was a kid. I love working on arts and craft in general, especially things that, like, you know, reminds me of a time that I would say was probably one of the most revolutionary when it comes to art. Especially in my early teens, I was trying to do things that I just enjoyed myself, but I never really see in the world. And I feel like that is the gap I want to fill with my art. It's like do things that I personally don't see in the world. Okay, just remember to put a cup under my glue gun, because she drips. Now, we're not gonna shame our glue gun if it drips a little bit. We're gonna make sure that, you know what, there's a drip tray. So welcome. Oh my gosh, Christine. Oh, no worries, Christine. Understand, Diva, I'm not feeling great, and I was gonna do a lot of cooking. We contemplated on what to do. Jerome and I was like, yeah, I cannot cook tonight. If I do it, I will fall ill. And we have a big day tomorrow. More about that tomorrow whenever we talk about it. But yeah, today I wanted to make sure that I don't get any more tired than I already am. But oof, Lunar New Year festivities in Vancouver's Chinatown. Top notch. That was such a good time. I don't regret having a good time. It's just like when you spend that much time in continuous rain, it starts to get you. I wish my glue gun gets hot at will. That would make this thing way nicer. Oof. But yeah, it's Lunar New Year. It was just a lot of good vibes, good energy, lots of festivities. We are using, oh, I have a smaller container. Yeah, because we don't want too many pearls hanging around. So we had a good time, and some of the artwork and costumes that you saw at the parade really made me feel like, you know what, these are things that I enjoy. A lot of handcraft, embellishments, designs and patterns that, you know, go back for a while. Especially the kind of patterns that I like to work with are very close to my heart. These are things that I grew up watching, and the kind of designs I want to see in the world that doesn't exist. So this is a very simple design. We're gonna continue this golden lotus mandala that I'm making, and as I work on the mandala, I'm gonna sew in the beads, which will just continue to fill it in. It's a very classy Asif color, but you guys won't know it because you haven't really seen me do a lot of artwork. But the kind of stuff, especially I did in the 2010s, are more like this. A lot of emphasis on gold, silver, and like in general gemstones. Usually it would always be white, emerald green or red, because like these are very classic colors, and traditional colors that go with like festivities, depending on what it is. If it's like a wedding, classical wedding, we choose to emphasize on like ruby reds. If it is for, let's say, stuff that goes with like bridal showers or baby showers and whatnot, green is considered a very lucky color. Navgun, hey Nav, welcome to the stream. So yeah, that's what we are working on today. Just continue on this little bit of lace. Once I get around this edge, it becomes a little easier. That way I can sew the beads on and hopefully keep this thing cohesive. Navgun, I'm doing okay. Thank you for asking. I'm feeling a little under the weather. Diva, we did Vancouver's Chinatown Lunar New Year parade and Lunar New Year celebrations. It was raining all day. We had a good time, but I'm definitely under the weather a little bit. That's why instead of cooking this Sunday, we decided to do a little bit of an art stream. So this is part of an art project. It's a golden mandala I'm working on right now. It's a golden lotus, basically. That's the inspiration for this mandala. And mandala is the kind of design I love working with. It's one of my favorite design or like patterns to work with. This is an octagonal one, 8-piece mandala. Also, if I zoom out, you'll notice that the layers of this thing goes in that octagonal shape with a very, like, it's Ramadan time, so I wanted to do something that sort of invokes that kind of color and design elements from that kind of energy. Okay, I can probably put one of these white beads and continue on this pattern from here. Idea is to make sure I get all the angles easy without necessarily compromising on the quality, because sometimes I have to cut this thing and take it out just to make sure that, you know, it's one cohesive design. Navgan said I'm not living study now in Delhi. Oh my gosh, you're moving back to Delhi. Well, I've been to Delhi. I lived in, when I visited Delhi, I stayed in Karol Bagh, if you know where that is in Delhi. I loved Karol Bagh. It was a nice neighborhood. There was, I think, not Khan Market, something market. I forgot the name. It's pretty cool. So I like Delhi. Delhi has great food, great kebabs. So yeah, that's sad that you're not in Surrey anymore, but hope you're enjoying Delhi. Delhi is a beautiful city, amazing nightlife. Okay, we're continuing with this shape, trying to just keep this a little bit more cohesive, and so that it doesn't overstep one another.
Oh, so Nav's in Delhi?
Yeah, Nav's in Delhi.
Oh, that's cool. Well, at least she's in a nice city.
Yeah, oh, Delhi is an amazing city, especially amazing nightlife, great food. Any brand in the world that you can think of, including like a Tim Hortons and whatnot, you'll find it in Delhi. Yeah, any brand in the world, there's most likely it's available in Delhi. Delhi is a great city. And their metro is insane. They have like a dozen lines. So imagine all of Canada's transit lines put together is in the greater Delhi area. So they have a massive metro network. Okay. So yeah, these colors. Jerome's here nearby Nav. He's enjoying One Piece. He's watching what, season 21?
In season 20, episode 503.
Yeah, he's watching season 20. Jerome's fine. We're just tired. We had a really... Oh, thank you, Justin. Appreciate you joining in. We had a really busy night, so busy day. So we're trying to take it a little easy. It's been a lot. Like that parade was busy. Then we decided to go down to International Village Mall. From there we went down to TNT, picked up some food from TNT. That was fun. So yeah, taking it a little easy today. But this design element, the story behind it is pearls are quite common in South Asia, especially Bangladesh, and natural pearls have always been associated with incredible craftsmanship, including like for like the Hindu community in Bangladesh. Married women wear these white bracelets or bangles in their hands called shakha. Shakha is made from shankho, which is a white shell. So shell work, craftsmanship with pearls and everything has been like goes back like millennia. So it's an ancient tradition. And we also have like traditional workers who use gold beads and pearl beads in everything from jewelry to clothing. So it's a dying art. It's not as relevant as it used to be, but with changing times, things change. We have developed other works of handcraft like karchupi. Karchupi has siblings throughout South Asia, but it's kind of unique in its approach. It is a single double needle threading work that you do. One needle goes on top, another needle you tie it under the fabric, and the idea is to do like fast bead work. This is so crazy that one of the things that are like common between Bangladesh and Bengal in general with Canada and Canadian indigenous people is that the use of beadworking. Beads, glass beads have been traditionally used for a really long time and has been always a part of South Asian, especially Bengali fashion, and we've been making clothes for as long as clothes have been around. Bengali weavers have been weaving incredible pieces of fabric for thousands of years, and that is documented history. We've been trading with Persians, Egyptians, even ancient Greece. So we can find, even now once in a while with an archaeological dig, they find Roman gold coins and whatnot all over Bangladesh. So these fabrics that have come and gone, like there are different ones through time. We had muslin that the colonizers completely destroyed, which was considered the lightest natural fabric in the world because it was made with cotton, a very specific kind of cotton plant which, well, they destroyed to extinction so that we don't have that fabric. But luckily, scientists have been working on it. Bengali researchers have found a similar plant. I think the name is Futi cotton or something. It's a very specific local type of cotton, and it's very light. So the thread count is massive, thousands of thread counts, which makes the fabric almost like transparent. Unfortunately, we don't have that many samples left in Bangladeshi museum, but you can find them in British Royal Museums in London and around UK, because that happened. But every single generation of Bangladeshi textile and garments have made its mark in the world space, and that also shows our passion towards clothes. Bangladeshis love to dress up. If you ever had the opportunity to meet Bengalis or Bangladeshis, especially during festivals, oh, what a sight. People love to dress up, and men are not, including most heterosexual men out there as well, are not shy away of wearing bright colors. And that's something I find refreshing about Bangladeshi culture, is that, like, people are not afraid of colors. Because life is too short and too bland if you're not into colors. You need to appreciate bright colors, beauty that exists in the world while it does. Because again, things don't last forever. So appreciate while things are at. Like, I was watching this documentary the other day. They were talking about the spices that they would flavor their food in Roman and Mesopotamian empires. Some of those spices are just extinct. Those flavor profiles are gone forever, because we have maybe something similar but never the same. And that's what it's all about. Like, think of making a curry with, let's say, white onion or yellow onion versus making with shallots. It will taste like completely different. Yeah.
Do you want it?
I would love half of it at least.
I was trying to give it to you. I wasn't looking.
No, there's my dip and everything. Oh, Jerome just found my calamari that was kicking around, because we picked up a whole box of food from Richmond Public Market. I had the dinner. I don't need that in front of my face. That's why it's over there. It smells and it's tempting. I don't want grease on my fingers. Let me show them what it is. It's the calamari, and that's my homemade mint chili dip.
Leave it on the counter.
Yeah, thank you. I'm like, if I have that in front of me right now, I won't be focused on this thing. Anywho, so being a city and a society that have been flirting with pearls and golden beads and glass beads for so long, it's common to find very pearl-based jewelry and artwork throughout a certain era of Bangladeshi fashion wear and culture. Even now, with like old school brands of Bangladesh, you'll still see that there's some influence of pearls in clothing and in jewelry. It's just what makes things what it is, that distinct uniqueness that makes something so special. And I love it. Like how, Ukrainians have their Ukrainian hand-knitted designs and everything. It's just so uniquely them, and I love it. I cherish it. It's just beautiful. Similarly, Bangladeshis have their flirtation with pearls and gold for hundreds of years that we continue to adore and build on. So this project is supposed, in my mind, is like a love letter to a Bangladeshi way of making art and making clothes and making jewelry, because I'm trying to use those multimedia aspects, like using laces and pearls, beads, hand stitching, mirror work. It will go on. You will see the whole process as this mandala comes to life. But yeah, I want to use those very quintessential aspects. Like I've used a few of these laces on this project. Some of these laces are like 16 years, 20 years old, and been part of my collection. Like I remember when I bought this almost a decade ago, and I don't use a lot of gold thread, but I know at some point if I need to do like a really nice gold embroidery, I have the perfect thing. It is really old, 80 grams, made in China. Being so close to China also made sure that we have really cheap materials available to us to make these sort of craft work. So yeah, we appreciate that. That's one thing I noticed about all those lions and dragons that were part of the parade today. Just the beautiful shimmery colors, the sequins, all of it just delicious, like visually so cool. And that's what I was getting a little bit more like, you know, pumped up by, like, oh, I literally was working on something with so many stones and stuff. Finally decided, like, okay, I can do a version like this as well. Hopefully at some point in life I will own one of those masks. I love it so much. I love those lion masks. So cool. Probably one from Hong Kong or China. It's just...
So we got a red envelope from Wei Chang, member of Parliament for Burnaby Central.
Oh, that's so cool.
So he works. He's in the government, the official government.
Yeah. We saw them. You saw the mayor and minister, the former mayor. Okay.
Very cool. Yeah, I saw Igor. I got Igor somewhere in here.
Yeah. We got a lot of red envelopes full of candies, but hey, Jerome's just opening all the red envelopes on the couch.
Some of these are so political, it's funny. It's good. I respect the hustle. So apparently I saw Pete Fry at some point in time today.
Yeah. Okay. Not the biggest fan of the fries.
You don't have to be, but I do respect the hustle.
Yeah. Respect the hustle. Respect the hustle. Okay. Now my stringy is a little short. I need to accentuate her. Do I have any of these divas ready? No, I have to make one. So I have to cut her off and add on to it. Because you start a project at a certain point and then it just continues on and on. I'm just gonna reuse this very needle. I know everybody has their way of dealing with situation like this. This is my approach to it. Might not be everyone's cup of tea, but this is what I do. I usually like to use like a nylon thread or poly nylon cotton blend. Basically I need something that will have a little bit of a forgiveness and stretch, because that stretch is very important when you're dealing with stones and pearls. So I'm gonna cut the edge of my thread. Okay. So I got my thready thread in. Now I'm gonna do a loop back so that I can quadruple my thread count. Sorry, double, not quadruple. I have quadruple, but I don't think I need a quadruple for this thing. Sometimes if I'm working on like a very thick material, or I am dealing with like very rough stuff that needs a little bit of a grace, I can use quadruple it. But right now I just need to double my thread, because it's why am I got you in once, why can't I get you in? Let me cut the top again. Yeah, Nick, Dhaka Muslin videos are available on YouTube. They have been working hard on reviving Dhaka Muslin. It is I would say emotionally, a Dhaka muslin is equivalent to beadwork to indigenous people in Canada. I feel very emotionally attached to Dhakai muslin, and hopefully we can revive that culture, because I like light fabric, I like pastels, I like soft colors, and there's an era of Bangladeshi fashion that just doesn't have any presence anymore because the fabric itself doesn't exist. Certain embroidery work that have just gone, have been lost to time because of this. But yeah. Ooh. Ugh. It didn't work. How? What happened? See, I'm not paying attention to my work. That is what's happening right now. Okay. My attention is now spent between talking to the camera and doing this. That's why. Is he back to adult?
No.
There's also Luffy playing in the back, so.
Well, the reason Mace's death hit so hard is because he had another brother that also got killed, but right when they were very young.
The rich boy dies?
The rich boy dies. He stole a ship and was going out to sea, and then flew a pirate flag, and the celestial dragons and the super rich elite came by and were shot dead because they just hate pirates.
Oh, that kid does. Oh my gosh, Luffy.
So Luffy's gone through a whole lot of shit.
Like Nacho and I were talking about this particular line of Ace's death.
Yeah.
Both Nacho has a brother and so do I. So this particular storyline hit hard on both of us. So that's what we were talking about while we were discussing this recently. It's like this is the most difficult storyline. Luffy losing Ace in One Piece. That definitely hit us hard. Okay. I have doubled my thread. There are 4 pieces of thread, so 2 on each side. This thing will be strong. See, Jerome just flies through these episodes, so I can just barely hear the highlights of what goes on. He's come down to almost 500 plus episodes now, so he's been going through One Piece. We tried to check out the One Piece merch at, what was it, Miniso? But the merch wasn't cute.
Gave me. Is this for Igor? Oh, it's Gregor Robertson. I call him Igor, but it's Gregor Robertson. Yeah, Vancouver, Fraser View, South Burnaby. Gregor Robertson, right here. I got the envelope right here. Wow. Let's see what these hoity-toities.
My husband's going through all the red envelopes he got at the parade.
I got a small little candy. Yeah, small little candy. Okay.
Well,
Where's the money? It's just shoved full of taxpayer money.
if politicians are shoving money to people, that would be concerning.
Oh, that's not supposed to happen.
My husband got a little too carried away with the idea of red envelopes. Yeah, they are not giving you people envelopes of money walking the parades in Vancouver.
Good. Go start it on Terry Beach. Oh, you got Terry's card though, at least. Member of Parliament, Burnaby, North Seymour. But again, these like Lunar New Year red candies.
Yeah, we got candy from the Burnaby people.
Oh yeah, we got quite a few Burnaby people.
There was even a Burnaby marching band at the parade too today. So yeah, Burnaby represented. We saw Richmond represented as well. Lots of benevolent societies, which are basically the daddies of societies.
Oh, we just call them the sugar daddies. Yeah.
I would love to have a benevolent society of my own, who's
That's
benefiting me.
Like gives you some candies to.
Asif's benevolent society. What does the benevolent society do? It benefits Asif. So that would be nice to have an Asif benevolent society, which is the sugar daddy society of societies. I love the name Benevolent Society. So that was fun to watch. Jerome and I got a kick out of the name because there's a lot of benevolent societies out there. So I was like, slay. Ooh, look at this. Another petal down. Cool. I love how I'm making the lace as I glue it down, which is kind of cool. But because of the angles, I have to do it one little stretch at a time. I can't do like a whole line and then just go through it. It's a little challenging when it comes to the shape. Okay. Ooh, yeah. See? She's coming around. Little by little. So idea is to have a layer outside. So these rough edges that came out from last time we were working on this diva is a little bit more even, Steven. Eases out. And I can do a little bit pull. Okay. I saw a little bit of loose thread in the back, so we did a little pull. Brought it back out. This octagonal shape is also pretty interesting to work with. You won't see most of it until the entire outline is done. Then we will do a layer that pretty much parallels the outline. That will sort of hide away most of these external little what's the word I'm looking for? All the little joints and crevices that we don't really want to show. Isn't that Luffy's dad?
Yeah. Eva.
So Eva was there when all of that thing was going down, huh?
Yeah. They freed a bunch of people. That's another thing about One Piece. Like, they're not afraid of gay people or representing gays. One Piece quite proudly, openly showed gay characters. So that is something that I really admire about One Piece. People are people from around the world. So just giving people their moment definitely helps tell a more authentic story. Because historically disfranchised people, especially around colonial times, up till colonial time, whatever acceptance homosexuals were getting around the world got a hard kick down after the Crusades, and once that head spreaded around the world, it wasn't that great. So a lot of men, queer men, chose to be outlaws and pirates. That is the reality. And the fact that One Piece sort of deals with this topic head on is something excellent that I admire about the show. Because it is true, there was a lot of queer people who were literally outlawed. Because again, society just won't accept them.
So that aspect of the show is just incredible, incredible. Okay, let's continue this loop so that I can continue on. Slowly and surely she is coming along. I'm little concerned just because I'm not sure exactly what will stick, because we are dealing with paper and lace and beads, so I'm making sure that okay, I found the rhythm. Usually I would have done this stream, whatever I do on Sundays, started it somewhere between 5 or 7 p.m. But that's when I was going through my little phase of uncertainty. Like, should I do one today? I'm not really feeling it. Definitely don't want to cook right now in this health. Don't want to touch a lot of food when I'm not feeling the greatest. The greatest at all. Wow, what happened? I have a little naughty knot. Ooh, so we have trapped this whitey pearl. Let me show you on a zoomy zoom. And tied her back up on this side, so she looks like a little triangle, like a little white pearl set between the gold beads. So now we can continue on this side without interruption. Once this side is done, we'll work on the lining a little bit more and then go down to the center, and then it'll go from center outwards. How do snails have like telepathic energy that lets them transport sounds and everything in this universe is beyond me. Like the transponder snails is the hidden technology that is running Luffy's world.
That's a good question for AI.
You should really, Jerome, the amount of One Piece you consume, you really need to have a little One Piece show. Where you break down all of these things. Like, can you imagine, like, obviously we have understood the greatest superpower in One Piece is clearly convenient storytelling, duh. But like some of these things, like how would that universe work if they didn't make this convenient little storytelling plot of having these transponder snails? But I guess you don't bring logic to a anime fight. Like you start using the word logic in anime and then you lose the plot. But is that true with reality? Because like what is reality? How do we function? What is what? And bringing logic to sense. Like there are people out there you would talk to, again, whatever you say, nothing matters, because again, you cannot bring logic to a person who refuses to listen to it. So how do you go around? If somebody isn't willing to listen to you, how do you go around and convince anybody with anything? So that's where it's this understanding block that we've come to, and the technology we consume, it is shaped in a way that is better to isolate us, make us question things, rather than be kumbaya, bring us together, because that doesn't help the algorithms and the businesses that work with it. Because the more we are like arguing with each other, the more we go out and like, engage in dumb, stupid things, and we're bickering about everything, especially things we don't have the power to change, then I would say, oof. That's what this whole conundrum comes to my head, is like.
So apparently the snails have the ability to communicate with other snails, snail transponders in one piece, naturally, and what they do is they just find these snails out in the wild and they turn them into cyborg snails so that they can dial phone numbers and call people up. And apparently the snails don't mind, because if they get caught, they get fed and all this stuff. So they're just like, woohoo, awesome, free ride.
I don't know, so weird. Convenient storytelling, because like, how do you have a Roman Empire in the ocean if you don't have something convenient like, oh, we have snails that can talk to each other? Oh, Nick, putting snail emoji. Nick's nightmare is snails. I'm pretty sure that Nick has stayed up nights just worried about some snail going into it.
Okay, now they're becoming like full-fledged teenagers.
But like, think of like predators versus alien situation, Nick. Which one would you like? A face hugger or like the chest buster? That's actually an interesting thing I want to hear from Nick. Would you rather team face hugger or chest buster in Aliens versus Predator?
Oh no.
No, I really want. Would you, of the two options, which one would you rather choose? Like, if those are the only two options available to you, a face hugger or a chest buster?
Well, a face hugger is the one that leaves the chest buster base, so I don't think I want either one of them.
See, I don't really dream of parenthood, but the closest thing of me having procreate would probably be a chest buster. I have met human versions of face huggers, so those were crazy. Yeah. Enough said.
Ace is going out to sea at 17. He should go on a magical journey and find Whitebeard and join his crew. And then things get crazy.
Were they playing Fleetwood Mac's Na 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 in the age of 17?
Maybe. I don't know, I wasn't there.
I love that song. I forgot every single word of the lyrics. I cannot fathom any one of them, but I love that song. Na, 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 na.
It drove Bandit Mom to drink. She's becoming an empty nester.
Aww. No, this show got into people's emotional heartstrings too much with the Ace storyline. Jesus Christ, that needed to end. They're still not done it. Like, the crew is missing from One Piece for years now. This was, according to Nacho, when Nacho was in high school. This entire plot. This was years ago, in the 2008 to 2010 era. We have not seen our favorite raccoon dog, our greedy princess Nami.
I really just want to see Sanji.
The most realistic and open-minded straight guy, Sanji. Because Sanji is basically gay men the kind of emotional freedom we have, which a lot of heterosexuals still need to achieve to be out and open. Sanji is basically living his lives. He loves food, he loves women, and he's at it. Good for Sanji. Be real. Zoro is the idiot asshole. He's like, ooh, I'm trying to be tough. And Frankie Grande. Oof. Frankie Grande, my favorite One Piece character. Frankie.
A few months later.
This is so therapeutic, slowly beating this thing around, and as it comes to life, oof.
3 years later, Luffy is 17 years old. Now he's leaving off.
She's alive, right?
Who?
The Mama Bear character.
Mountain Mom? Yeah. She's so pissed that Luffy's leaving. She doesn't want her kid to leave.
Yeah.
Can't blame her.
Aww. I wanna go to Eva's Island, Queer Island.
That's where Sanji is.
Oh, that would be a fun story.
Yeah.
But they so accurately did the gays. They were furries, they were rigs, they were leather daddies, they were
I was
everything.
crazy.
They were drag
That was
queens.
Crazy.
They were lezzies. Oh, they were dykes. Oh, I love. Okay. We're gonna turn. Cause look at that. We've done a rotation. Yay! I can do 2 more before I get to turn it around again. Okay. Just simply going through one little beat at a time. Slowly. Surely. Slowly. This part will be a little boring because I'm just slowly beating this part. Hopefully afterwards when I start layering on top, it will be a little faster of an endeavor. But you know, one thing that I found from this particular storyline, at what was that thing called where they were playing on graveyard? The place that got set on fire. His brain is as empty as mine right now.
What?
Are the freaking yard that got set on fire?
Oh, the yard?
Where they were scavenging things. What was it called?
The Grey Belt?
No clue. They were putting the Luffy and Ace were recruited by the Blue Pirate or whatever to set up the place that the rich people, the king, burned off.
Yeah, the Grey Belt.
Grey Belt.
Yeah.
That wasn't the Grey Belt. It wasn't called a gray belt.
Where is Luffy and Ace from?
That is the crappy part of the island where like outlaws and scavengers were around. Or the play with the friend that you tell me is like no more. We're so tired. Our brains are empty. That's why I'm doing this. It's like it's my chill way to declutter my mind and just chill out and do nothing. High pressure. Just chill and slowly go through this thing. Why the freaking Luffy stop yelling? Oh no, they've just gone back to reality.
Oh wow, yeah.
They just got back to not reality, as in like the real time of the story, not in their backstory anymore.
It's called the Grey Terminal.
Grey Terminal. That's what I'm saying. Grey Terminal. So Grey Terminal was blown up. That is where like all the outlaws were, and that also shows you what the elites willing to burn off things just to make way for, because they're not cute, they're not pretty.
It was a shantytown.
Yeah. It is almost like Korail Bosti in Dhaka. It's a big shanty.
In Stanley Park. That's why they created Stanley Park.
Exactly.
They had a shantytown on that island, and they wanted to make sure that they got rid of the people in the shantytown on the island, so they created Stanley Park. That's like documented.
Yeah, Korail Bosti is the largest slum in Bangladesh, and it is right next to the richest neighborhood in Bangladesh. The irony is that like the people who live in those neighborhoods get serviced by people who work on those live in those slums, and sort of satellite town that grows around rich people, sort of a byproduct. Because if there weren't rich people there, those people would probably be somewhere else serving something else. That's what Grey Terminal was. It's like where the poor people lived who were servicing the rich, and then the rich at a flash just destroyed everything, and they have no recourse. That was what the rich kid was, Salvo was like, really miffed with. He was like, oh, so you guys really just don't care whatever happens to all of the poor people. Even like I think real world times, I think people are realizing that now. Like, who are the people that we are supposed to think of, like the moral compass of society, the bastions of civilizations are, those are the kind of people, their names are showing up on certain lists of certain people, of certain islands. So that Grey Terminals episode just shows the rich people's indifference between, if poor people are literally burned alive or whatnot, they don't care. And that storyline is impactful in that sense. No, the social commentary of One Piece, I am intrigued by it. Like how this anime has dealt with so many insane, important issues that I just don't see any contemporary media that has been for around that long as One Piece has been really taking the time to talk about, and it's refreshing to see what they've done.
Members of the Navy have been clicking my live stream from today. That's hilarious.
That's nice. We really respect and appreciate folks who are, working to keep us safe. Their service to our country is appreciated, and we really love them. So yeah, thank you for your service to anybody who's in the military, navy, and armed forces, cops who keep us safe. Because everybody is necessary in society. Just like we need people who make good food, we need people who care for other people. We need paramedics. We need nurses and doctors, educators. Everybody is important in the role that they play in every crevice and every little juncture of society. So yeah, it's lovely to see that armed forces and folks were watching the live stream that you did. It was a unique experience for sure. I loved how we saw Richmond's version of Lunar New Year festivities yesterday, and we were like, it'll be hard to top this.
Richmond's Lunar New Year's like athletic workout to film that and chase. You gotta chase dragons. You gotta chase lions.
Yeah.
All over the
But
place.
Vancouver really showed it off. Like, it was a big parade. It was a big, long parade. It was so rainy, but everybody was there enjoying. We had a great time for sure.
Oh, Grandpa Garth.
What happened? Oh wow, yeah. They're really toying with our emotions in One Piece with this storyline. Ace's death and the repercussion of it. Oof. I guess that also brings it things like as we grow up and have to face with certain harsh realities of being alive and being in this society. I think that also gives a commentary on Luffy's journey as he slowly matures and becomes older. I don't like this, Diva. What did you do?
Yeah, pull some stitches out.
Yeah, I don't like pulling stitches out. Are they going back to more flashbacks? Jesus Christ, they are not done with this plot line, are they?
No, I'm not for another episode.
It really is interesting to see how many years they did the show without his entire crew.
Well, that was wild.
Brooklyn Frights, Frankie Grande. These are all new characters. Look at this. Links coming together. I think we are almost done with this side as well, yeah? Anyways, this was this is supposed to unlock the new plot line for the next phase of the show. So let's see. They're supposed to go to Fish Island. What's the adventure that awaits there? Okay. Let me give you guys asking the AI chat about the octagonal mandala shape. 45 angle degrees and degrees. History and cultural significance.
So, Garth came back to Luffy's home island and spoke to Mama Bear about what's happened. And she got angry with Garth, and for good reason.
So, the history behind this octagonal shape, at least, well, it appeared in different parts of the world in different phases, but this set piece that you find in Islamic and Buddhist culture actually has a similar motif to it. This is supposed to be a blueprint to the sacred structure. Well, now, what is a sacred design or a sacred geometry? Well, that's its own thing, but to make it a little bit more palatable for you, the sacred geometry behind this octagonal shape is supposed to represent universe, creation, and also a little bit on society. So we are watching this evolution of how Islamic architecture, which is a whole design method without any living creatures in it, while as Buddhism, which obviously has a very different belief system, did have this overlapping sort of way of conveying the same thing, this elevation of the normal to the divine, or how do you meet the divine. For instance, in Buddhism, there are Buddhist monks in around the world who would intricately make these colorful sand mandalas, and then they would destroy it. That part of the ritual is that after working so hard on those intricate designs, destroying it as if like that was a moment in space and that moment is over, and then you work hard on it again. Sort of this whole story of creation, destruction, which is definitely part of the Hindu, Buddhist, mythological branch of the world. Also in Islamic worldview, which was like, you know, God's creation and then judgment, destruction, and afterlife, it sort of follows that pattern. The mandala definitely is that way of, you know, enlightenment of the petals of the 8 petals of the lotus that's just opening up. Also symbolizes, female genitalia in mythological perspective, the sacred through which life comes in. And that's what's so wonderful about these this architectural and design shapes that have sort of shaped the way the world, especially places like as far as Morocco, Marrakesh, to Dhaka and Bangladesh, to up north in like Kazakhstan, Tajikistan, down south to like Maldives is being shaped. Oh my gosh, I didn't notice there was a comment. Nice to see you in live chat, Asif. I often see you and Jerome around. Oh, thank you so much. Appreciate you joining in the live stream. Just having a chill day. It was a very rainy day. We were out at the Lunar New Year parade, so wanted to just, you know, have a little chill day. The husband's watching One Piece and on his phone with his socials and everything, while I'm doing this.
Sure.
Just a little chill Sunday night, family time. I wasn't up to cooking today, so I was like, what do I do? I would rather just hang out with you guys for a bit, chill out, do some art. Feel like I'm contributing something to human collective society. Because like the more you create art, the more it works towards, well, who we are as a species. Like this is what distinguishes us from every other alien out in the world. Oh, thank you so much. Hopefully at some point, Diva, I will have the physical space where I can literally invite people to be like, you know what, come hang out. Come, like, let's get some paint or get some pearls and stuff. Let's just work on some art, chill out, hang out, and have a good time. And maybe lots of fried chicken. Now, the fried chicken is non-negotiable, but I guess a good time deserves some good fried chicken. We'll do some art and fried chicken at some point, Diva, that's for sure. But yeah, I love doing this on my downtime. Also, it reassures me that this thing continues. The ancient art of making couture, which is a very Bengali thing to do, continues, and our Bengali couture and design and art continues to exist and evolve in the world. I love to the chicken dip. Diva, I'm not a chicken pro. A chicken eater, what do you call it? High priest of the cluck, sure.
You're a fried chicken connoisseur.
Some people may or may not have been my husband have called me a fried chicken monster. That may or may not have stung a little bit, but hey.
What? Me? I'm innocent. Why am I being dragged into this drama? It's not like it's recorded on camera or anything like that. Oh wait.
I am a child of Mother Monster and Gaga be thy name. Pause up, little monsters.
I just learned about that today.
How did you not know? Okay, I taught you. What are Mariah Carey stands called?
Lambs?
Lamb. Yes, lamb. Remember that. People just don't know anything. People don't know anything. It breaks my heart. But yeah, it was fun. That much gold embellishment and everything. Wow. C is for chicken. It's good. Enough for me. Listen. I don't choose to eat fried chicken because fried chicken is delicious. I choose to eat fried chicken because it fulfills my reason to be in this planet. There are very few things in world that makes me be like, should I live in this existence, in this society? It's a very weird time to be alive. Think about it. It's a very weird time. Weird with a capital W time to be alive. But hey, fried chicken is one of those things, beyond the fact that I have a husband who I love and adore. The reason for me to live, for exist, be like, you know what, there is a reason to wake up in the morning and be alive. Because there's fried chicken. And as long as there's good fried chicken, I think it's a worthwhile reason to get up in the morning, go out and, live in this human society. Like things that happen that shocks us. I heard the news from Puerto Vallarta. It broke my heart. And because also Puerto Vallarta is one of those places where gays from Toronto, hometown, shout out to Toronto and Scarborough, They go down to Puerto Vallarta like nobody's business. The fact that Puerto Vallarta is going through so much, it really...
You said Toronto hometown. There's so many people in Toronto probably clipping that right now, being like, "You did not say Scarborough."
No. I am from I was born and raised in Dhaka, Bangladesh, and I moved to Toronto, and Toronto and Scarborough feels like hometown to me in Canada. But like,
Still.
No, the fact that like that thing happened to Puerto Vallarta, it like breaks our hearts. But like, what can we do? I'm like, you know what, Diva? At least there's still fried chicken to eat in the world. Like, I cannot like be that depressed. Hey, Henry, welcome. A solid philosophy. See, this is what gays have done for thousands of years. Why do we still exist when there is so much prejudice all around the world? Because we are fabulous. If a gay man didn't exist, how this dying art of pearl lace would die with me? Because nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. I care. I deeply care about pearl laces. The fact that this thing might not exist at a point in time breaks my heart. But hey, we live. Fried chicken exists. And as long as fried chicken exists, and there is a clucker out there in the world who says, "Holy cluck, that's a good piece of fried chicken," and appreciates the bird that gave its life for such deliciousness, that's a world worth living for. Every clucking day. Listen, Diva, I spent a fraction of my time in Ontario, in Scarborough. I spent most of it in Toronto, but I always would say Scarborough hits harder, closer to home, just because the people and the fact that the largest Bangladeshi community in Canada also lives in Scarborough, not the Toronto side of it, but Scarborough side of Ontario. That also feels like it hits hard. When I think of Scarborough, I don't only think of Toronto or Ontario. I think a little bit of Bangladesh in there as well. Scarborough is like you go walk down Danforth past Main Street, down to Victoria Park, pharmacy. It's a Bangladeshi neighborhood. It's everybody speaking Bangla. The food, the smell, the laughs. So when I think of Scarborough, it sort of makes me think of Bangladesh. So yeah, that's why it's so close to heart. And yeah, a lot of those people go down to Puerto Vallarta for holidays. So the story that broke out really broke me and Jerome. We were really saddened to all the things that are happening down there. Our hearts go out to our Mexican friends. We love them. So yeah, hope everybody is safe. Oh, thank you, Cam. Yeah, shout out. Like, we live in a city that does not really have Bangladeshi restaurants at all. Like, anywhere.
No, there is.
A new one did open up. No rules. We haven't been there yet. New one did open up, like literally months ago. A new Bangladeshi restaurant opened. After we bitched for years, there's not a single Bangladeshi restaurant in Vancouver. But that's the thing, because we don't have such a big sizable Bangladeshi population in Western Canada. Well, Calgary has a lot of Bangladeshis and they have restaurants. But British Columbia doesn't have that many Bangladeshis. We don't have restaurants. And every time one opens up, it closes almost immediately because there isn't that much business. So when I think of Bangladeshi food and Canada and all of those things, Scarborough feels like home to me. It feels different. Also, I feel like I came to be myself. When I moved to Toronto, first thing I did was I moved in with my cousin in North York. Probably not the best part to live. I mean, it depends which part of North York you're in. I was in somewhere called Islington and Finch. Now, if you're a cat from Toronto or somewhere in GTA, you know exactly what I mean when I mean Islington and Finch. That intersection, Diva. It's not Jane and Finch, but it is still rough. So, I moved out of my cousin's place the first moment I could, and moved into a really nice, well, not a nice, okay, it was a nice room somewhere in Scarborough. That was the first time in my entire lifetime I lived completely by myself, and that was such a weird experience. Think of this, for like almost 20 something years of my life I lived under my parents' roof. Like ever since I was born, I'd never lived by myself, never in a boarding school, never anything, and never really stayed away from home more than like a couple of days. That was like a unique, weird experience. Because my cousins in North York, Diva. Oh, Cam grew up in North York.
Nothing wrong with North York.
Nothing wrong. Especially if you're in the part of North York that's like a young and shepherd part of North York. That's actually really nice. Young and Lawrence. The Persians. That's where the Persians live. And like above that are the Chinese. So it's a really nice part of North York. But yeah. Oh, yeah, Vancouver says, yeah, I've seen that. But yeah, living by myself for the very first time in my life was such a experience. And that was also my very first winter in Canada. That was a wild experience. That was a wild experience. So I lived in the basement of funny enough, the landlord happened to be Bangladeshi. Not by choice, because the roommate who put up that ad
for the room.
What? My husband's watching One Piece, so he's getting the chopper. Anyways, so I found a roommate, Pakistani twink, straight boy. Don't worry. It turns out the landlord was Bangladeshi, and he was very happy to find. Cam, that is Scarborough, Victoria Park and Finch. I lived in St. Lawrence and Victoria Park, right? Dawes and Victoria Park, to be very specific. Dawes and Victoria Park. That's North York.
Isn't North York on the other side, or is that East York?
How is that North York?
That sounds like East York.
Finch and Victoria Park. That's actually the. By the way, anything that is east of
Finch and Victoria, could be. There's some weird borders out over there.
Anything that is east of Avenue Road is really nice in Toronto, right? So I feel like that is a really nice part of North York. And Cam, by the sounds of it,
it's in North York.
It is in North York. Ooh,
yeah,
I had no idea.
Yeah, he's right on the border.
Oh my gosh, I didn't realize there were so many chats. I'm so sorry. Yeah. Hey, Uncle Sad, welcome to the stream. No, I was at the North York side, but my high school was in Scarborough.
Yeah.
That is also the best part.
That's literally the border.
No, he was also very close to Golden Mile. Golden Mile has amazing food. I used to go up to Golden Mile all the time. Oh my gosh, Sebastian, welcome to the stream. Your husband is the best. Absolutely, I have the best husband. And Henry, welcome. I'm doing great, Henry. I'm just chilling at home. We had a fun day at Vancouver's Chinatown for the Lunar New Year festivities, Henry. So I'm a little tired. Usually I do a Savory Sunday live stream where I cook food. Not today. I'm feeling a little under the weather, so I'm like, you know what? I still want to do a live stream, so might as well do some art. This is a project that has been going on for a while, and I really need to get this done because I want to make a mask. I haven't made a single mask in a really long time. No. Who doesn't like a mask? I love a mask. I've shown my mask to you guys, so yeah. Diva, I haven't sold a single mask, so there's all of these are mine now. But who knows? One day soon. You know what? The coolest thing is, my mask, every single design is very unique by themselves. If we can find a scanner that can scan my mask and make a 3D printed version of it, that would be cool. Because I use like polymer clay to make my mask. They're baked in an oven. I guess I like to get baked, and so does my mask. So yeah, I need to make some masks, so I'm getting this project done. It's been kicking around for a while. No worries, Henry. Have a good one. Bye. Speaking of Scarborough days, a lot of the pearls that I have in Canada, bought it around that phase in time. I was quote unquote hopeful that I will be able to make a lot of it, but some of these things have never been touched. I bought them somewhere in like 2018, 2019, around that time. Some of them did get used around Big Pan in 2020, but I worked the entire year. Like, I do not believe I had a single day off in 2020 or 2021. Those 2 years I worked every single day, and I was working in restaurant jobs, so I was working every single day. They cannot have anybody miss work at that point in time, just because, well, you guys remember what it was like. That was a weird experience. I was wearing masks while working on a pizza oven and a grill. It was the worst experience of my life. Like, when you are in a pizza oven, the pizza oven can be 550 degrees Fahrenheit, I believe, not Celsius. 550 degrees Fahrenheit. Super hot, and with a mask on, working that oven was just absolutely terrible. And worse was the grill. I would literally have to go and work on a fire grill, making like we used to have a butter chicken sandwich at the same barbecue restaurant, because, well, that was a very light flavored sandwich most people liked. Ooh, that was not a cute vibe. That was not cute vibe. Yeah. I mean, on a regular job, I think wearing a mask was not the worst thing to do. But if you were working on a kitchen or a restaurant job, it was especially painful with all the heat, wearing a mask. And because we were just not used to it, it got so bad, I would like literally run out of the restaurant from the back door and just breathe, take it off and just breathe for a while. Even if it's like minus 20 degrees, I would just go out and take a few puffs of air. I was like, I need to breathe. I cannot breathe with this thing on. Think of this. You're on a grill. You're constantly sweating. The mask that's on your face is soaking wet. You can barely breathe at all with those things. Oh, that was not a cute time in life. That was not a cute time in life. But yeah, worked through that whole era. Most of my art supply just sat in boxes, and a lot of it has not been touched since, well, up till now. But you know what, Diva? Sometimes things need to be touched. Not because they desire to be touched, but it is about, the principles of keeping things moving, keeping the motion going. If it requires touch, you have to touch things. You just have to make sure you're working hard, you do your absolute best, and you keep at it up till, push. You get the result that you were looking for. Absolutely. Now that's a motivational speech. You're welcome. PSA by Asif. Okay, we are 2/3 done. Nice. Look at that. Cam, why are you feeling shy, Diva? We're just speaking truth. Sometimes you have to give it your all, just get things done. That's it. I mean, I've done hard, difficult things in life, so not a big deal. It is at least better than, you know, going up to a hookup in Scarborough winter at 3 a.m. Praying you don't get, you know, unalived. I've done it all. I've done it all. This is not the hardest thing in life. The stuff gay men do, people have no idea. People have no idea the life we live. What's Kamsi? We need a stress ball. Diva.
The just transvestite. That's what it's called.
They're calling trans people that.
That's what it translates to in those captions there. So Sanji's on Eva's island there.
Gays are fabulous. And that breaks my heart that people don't realize. It's like, do gay people choose to be fabulous, or it is just who we are? It's not a choice. Like, I didn't choose to be hot. I just am hot. I didn't choose to be amazing. I just am. It's not my fault. Don't blame me for being me. And that's what gay people are. Do not have prejudice towards gay people just because we happen to be amazing. We happen to have a sense of fashion. We have good taste. Jesus Christ. The prejudice of it all. Prejudice of it all.
Every soldier of Revolutionary Army knows who you are. Now, if you so kind,
Okay. I think I can do the triangle I did earlier on this one. Let me zoom in.
I see.
So you guys see the triangle forming.
Say with friends, are you referring to the Straw Hat Pirates? Because we happen to have a bit of information about them that would interest you. I thought that might get
Louis Okay, see? The triangle that's forming. Oh, we're out. Finally, we ran out of something. Great, I was
finally
waiting.
figured out how to make cola, so now he's back to normal.
Oh my gosh, guys, I need to, because I'm taking out some pearls, I need you to check out some of my stash.
You clutching pearls?
I am literally clutching pearls. I'm gonna show you guys a little bit of my stash. Look at this. I bought these as a teenager from bazaars of old Dhaka back in the days. This is not pearl, these are stones. These are cheap Chinese Swarovskis. Like, the bling is real. The bling is real. These are Alibaba. No. This is from Queen Street, fashion district in Toronto. Queen and Spadina. There are a few shops between Queen and Spadina. You can find these glittery divas. This was like $4 or $5 back in the days. I'm talking about 2018-ish era. Again, haven't used them in a long time. I have this gold. This gold won't do. It's too big. This is what they used to call quote-unquote antique gold, because this has a different shine. This one is more shimmery, so I guess I will need the shimmery gold. Do you guys remember the show Shimmer and Shine? That was the thing. Because when I had my nephew, he was 2-3 years old. That was his favorite show. Shimmer and Shine, Genie's Divine. So we need that little shimmer and shine.
That explains things.
And I made sure he watched the little girly show, because I made sure he was exposed to all sorts of shows. Not just the G.I. Joes of the world and what was his favorite one as a kid? There was a penguin. this? The golden beads. Oh, we are running low, Diva. Yes, this is something we can replace. Also gives me things to do whenever we return to Toronto. Pick up these beads and stuff. I'm gonna keep some extra sitting around here. Ooh! Some of my older stuff is here. So these are from old Dhaka days. Oh,
The
thank
girls
you.
just found out that I aced dive.
Aw, that's heartbreaking. Thank you, Cam. Some of these glass beads are almost 2 decades old now. This is crazy. This is crazy. Like, I am aging myself, but like, some of the... Oh, the light does not do justice. The light does not do this color a justice. Like, there's like different shades of pearls. Oh. These are the ivories. White plastic pearls. Oh. This is my treasure. Like Luffy has his treasure, this is my treasure. My art supply. This is one of my favorite things in the world. Tiny little bells. These are, I guess, some press-on stones. I love the emerald. So, like, wicked kind of green. Yeah, balls for sure. Shiny balls. Okay, let's get some ivory pearls in. We're gonna use these and these. Let's continue with the last leg of this thing. Be done with this diva. Whew. Like, this is what I'm talking about when I say appreciate things while they have them. Back in the days we used to have these laces. Now they're just not available. So I have to recreate them in one way or another. Thank you. Appreciate it. I don't know. Janjar balls. I don't know what that means. I have jingle balls and bells and stuff. Where is she? Where is she? Where is she? Oh, Diva. She is hidden there. Look at this one. This is something I used to make keychains with these back in the days. Like, this is so cool. This actually makes a jingle sound. So we make something called ghungur. Ghungur is like a little bell laced lace that people would wrap around their feet, and when they danced, it would make this jingle sound. Men and women. So it's a gender neutral kind of a dance element.
Well, since he's here again, maybe I'll make him another pair of clothes without all the frills.
Okay, let's continue with this diva. Oof.
The tragic heroine I've become.
Sweetie, don't say that. You know, we're always together in spirit.
Of course, dear.
No matter how far apart the world may keep us, we are
Oh wow!
They're showing Leslie's.
The Amazon Queen Princess is losing her mind over Luffy. That's hilarious.
Now we're building up inside me.
Power of asexual aromantics. That is, I think, the one group of human beings I cannot comprehend. Like heteros, I get it. They're heteros. But asexual, aromantic, it's a complex notion for me to comprehend. What is their worldview? Practically aliens to me in my mind. So I'm intrigued. Luffy.
They'll be expecting me. Promise that I'd be there.
That's odd. Submarine is gone. Surely they didn't depart.
Did I put 2 of these while we were conversing? That's literally what I did. Jesus.
I see.
Why are you here? I was about to use my key.
Yeah, I'm here to train you.
Maoris. My friends should be waiting there. So did you see them?
Actually, it seems they haven't made it there. As for my beaver card, I ended up handing it
Is he over the death now?
No one can find me, and I can
No,
go
he's not over
wherever
the
I
death.
please.
But he's acting like a normal guy?
I don't believe this. Is it
A
really
little more.
you? You must be that former warlord.
Yeah, that's right. You saved my life at Marine Corps.
Okay. We actually did make her triangulate.
Living legend. I suppose you'd like your hat back.
Yeah, thanks.
Now we continue with the lacy lace.
It just doesn't feel right without it. There, that's a lot better.
I just love the fact that we can do it. Even in 2026, we continue this way of life, creating these laces and stuff that are slowly dying out in the world. Nobody cares, Asif does. So
2 more weeks.
I get to proudly be somebody who has one of these. Partly because I choose to make it and nobody has any. That's the big flex, I would say, chefs and artisans can make, is like, I'm literally creating something that doesn't exist, and if I choose not to do it, it won't be, and the only reason it does is because somebody chooses to. And that's such a awesome idea. Think of your favorite painting or your favorite song. If the artist never chose to make it, how different your life would be. Sometimes it might make no difference, or you might be indifferent with it. But sometimes, let's say, what would life be? Let's say, what's my favorite song right now?
Days worrying about you.
Like right now, I'm listening to
To your heart's content.
the new Gorillaz album that is dropping. A few songs came out. Orange County, The Hardest Thing, has to be my favorite song now. Obviously, if that song didn't exist, I would listen to something else or anything. But the way that song is impacting me right now, the way it sort of changes the way I'm thinking about certain things in life, how it's influencing my art personally, those things are like pretty incredible to think. How an artist chose to make a piece of art that is influencing somebody. I hope that one day, who knows, maybe I will have that bit of that kind of an effect, that, you know, something I did, maybe a piece of art I did, or like a food, something I cooked that influences somebody to make something even better. And that's how I think the conversation should be. It's like, how do we better ourselves and keep these stories on, the art that continues to live through us, which is very unique. Like, think of this, even without humans this planet will go on, but without humans, the art, the music, the culture, the society, the things that we hold so dear to ours won't exist. Like, what would a world be without, let's say, Gaga's music? The world would still exist, but how we enjoy the music, how someone's piece of art, someone's couture, something or the other, it's just how it changes our life in a very human way, is something only humans can comprehend, or maybe some other intelligent species around the world. That's just a very special thing that only we get to share right now. That makes it special. Like, think of this video. I don't think any other species beyond humans can turn on YouTube and watch this. So for now, this is a human-only experience that only other human beings who have access to internet or to YouTube and whatnot can watch it. So, yeah, just a very human experience, living in a very human world.
I work for the Revolutionary Army because Straw Hat shares a connection with Dragon and let his crew escape.
For me, it just makes me happy that as a Bengali person, we continue to tell our stories, continue to create our art, and continue to make these laces and these little design work that tells our story, so that like 100 years from now, a future Bengali might see this video and be like, hey, 100 years ago, this guy sitting in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, was making something that was such a beautiful continuation of our history, our culture, and at the same time paying homage to this ancient way of creating art, creating garments, creating stories that are so uniquely Bengali. Oh, thank you, Cam. Diva, hope and pray this channel grows. I have the means to create spaces where we can literally all hang out, eat some chicken, and just make art. That would be fun to do. I would really love to do this. Not just here in Vancouver, but around Canada. I would love to go hang out with people, make good food, chit-chat with folks, and if possible, make beautiful art. It's such a fun thing to do. And also, in this day and age where we literally have artificial intelligence and 3D printers and whatnot, I appreciate human-made art way more than ever. Like, this is not an AI, this is not a filter, this is me practicing a way of art that existed for hundreds and thousands of years, hundreds of years, a few thousand maybe, but hundreds of years in the space where I was born and in the society I was raised in. So it's a fun thing to do. I enjoy it, and I hope that at some point in time we get to share this with the world. There's not a lot of curiosity. Like, people are really into like, ooh, Japanese way of life, or like, ooh, that's a cool I don't know. People are fascinated by certain groups like Spaniards and Spanish way of life or something or the other. Some people are impressed by the French. Some people are enamored by Colombians and Mexicans. Each culture gets their moment under the sun. I hope at some point in time in human history, when we are not fighting for our survival and have the opportunity to create art, even Bangladeshi and Bengali art will get its flowers and people get a chance to appreciate it, and we will continue to sing our songs and write our stories.
Toyota has started bringing in humanoid robots to work in their plant in Woodstock.
Okay,
There's
Diva.
like literally a photo and everything. Oh,
I do not
wow.
believe the humans will be very thrilled about it.
And no, they aren't. That's the whole story. I was like, wow. That happened faster than I thought.
Like, this is the thing though. You can bring robots to do things. You can use a freaking robot to do exactly what I'm doing. You can train it, but like the natural design that flows through my mind or through an artist's mind, the way we can create independently with our ways, how will you get that?
These robots are
No, this is the thing. Like, look at my art. It is not perfect. There is a lot of imperfections. But the fact is that this is a human-made piece of art. Will always be a human-made piece of art. You cannot fathom the same thing with technology the same way. I mean, it can emulate us. It can probably copy our way of things, learn, improve, and come up with something of its own. But it just won't be the same thing. And I do believe in a future where robots and artificial intelligence is rampant. I feel we will probably want to look back and appreciate this human-made art, human-made things of life, things that have stories and things that have some meaning to us as people, that sort of tell stories of our ancestors, of the food they ate, the trade they did, the friends they made along the way. Think of like strange things in strange places in the world. Like in Bangladesh, we have like Roman structure from Roman age, made by some guy from Rome who visited the Sultanate of Bengal back in the days, like 2000 years before Islam, before modern Christianity spread, by Romans. Roman structures with Greek alphabet. Sorry, no, was it Greek alphabet? No. What was the script? Whatever their script is, ancient alphabets and stuff, like I don't know what the Roman script was, Italian, something. But like the fact that we have Roman structures, we have like gifts that were sent by the Chinese emperor 1,000 years ago to some Nawab in Dhaka. Those sort of things, the history, these are unique things. These stories that make us who we are. That becomes more and more not only important, because I guess everybody's story matters, but also becomes more relevant for us to think. It's like how, at what point do we lose our humanity and we become machines ourselves? At what point in this chase of excellence or progress or whatever you like to call it, where we start to lose these things that make us who we are, our society? Because like we have many imperfections. Human beings are imperfect beings with so many imperfections, but do we lose this thing? Is it good? It is bad? How do we as a society grapple with these things? Who knows? But I love the fact that we still get this opportunity to make art, to make these things that sort of tell our stories and make us who we are. I definitely want to finish this bit right now. Oof. It's been a journey. It has been a journey. Because like if you're stitching one thing at a go, it's way faster, but like you're gluing it in and making sure the edges match the pattern that you are weaving through. Ooh, diva. Not easy. Not easy. So we have done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're working on the 6th one. It's an 8-leaf octagonal shape. Almost there. Since you turned the thingy off, let me put some music. Kiki.
Yeah, I'm gonna retire.
Don't worry about it.
Connected.
You have fun chatting with the late night folks.
Hey, some people enjoy late nights. I do.
Exactly.
I'm team late night all day, every day. I was listening to Sarah McLachlan's Sweet Surrender. That was the last song that was playing. Slay. Is it I think she lives in Vancouver. I might be wrong. But what a voice. What a voice. Yeah, just putting some random background music. But the most interesting part is Bengal didn't produce gold of its own. Bangladesh doesn't have gold mines. So the gold used to come from Middle East and India. And silver started coming from Europe with the colonizers. The pearl and gold connection is Ancient, and I love this combination. Diamonds also came from India. India is rich in gemstones. I think it continues to be one of the top exporters of semi-precious gemstones in the world. Oh, Cam, I have recently gotten into Sarah McLachlan because I think I saw a random video pop up and started getting into her music. I love her music. Even some of her recent work, she has such a nice voice. The song that I'm talking about, the recent one, is called Reminds Me. I can play it here, but Diva will get a strike by YouTube. So I won't be playing that music, unfortunately. I wish I could. That would be fun. The 3 songs that I'm listening to right now are Orange County by the Gorillaz, a very old South Asian song Noori by Bali Sagu, which is a remixed version from the 90s. Diva, I'm old. I am aging myself. That song, and what is the third one on my playlist? Those were the 2, and oh yeah, Sweet Surrender by Sarah McLachlan. Elsewhere. Ooh, Cam says Elsewhere. Let me look it up. Sarah McLachlan, Elsewhere. Ooh, the first one is play. She is buffering. She is playing too many things. Oh, Noori by Bali Sagu. I love that song. Oh, this is a nice one. Oh, that's a good song. She has such a hauntingly clear voice. It's just beautiful. You know who else this reminds me of? This is one of my favorite songs. Let me see if I play this song. This is Dido, Here With Me, one of my all-time favorite songs. So Sarah McLachlan almost reminds me of Dido. They were all contemporaries, obviously. They are contemporary. They're still making music. So this one is one of my favorites. Yeah, agree. I won't go, I won't feel, I can't breathe until you're resting. Yeah, I'm not gonna sing. My voice is definitely taking its toll. See, these are like 90s and early 2000s favorites.
Boring Orange County, it is Gorillaz featuring Kerr Jackson.
This is the one song that I've been listening to most. Gorillaz, Orange County. Oh, hear this melody. This is my fave. You know the hardest thing is to say goodbye to someone you love.
That's the hardest thing.
And this is the last one I've been listening to. This is like my go-to songs right now. Oh yeah, definitely one of my childhood favorites. आजा रे ओ मेरे दिल बर आजा दिल के प्यास बुझा जा रे ओ आजा रे ओ मेरे दिल बर आजा दिल की प्यास बुझा जा रे. Like I remember growing up, I would do like late night, all-nighters. Like if I'm making like a jewelry project or something for someone's wedding, oh damn, I'll just play this all night. Sham suhani, mehki mehki, खुशबू तेरी आए नहीं जब. Oh, highly recommend you check out Gorillaz. Gorillaz is again one of my favorites. One of my favorites. Tame Impalas and Gorillaz fall in that little zone with Odessa. Oh, I see the mistake. We forgot a gold pearl. I was like, something is off on this particular. आजा रे ओ मेरे दिल भर आजा. Okay. Finish it off in this corner. And this is the last one of my top 3 right now that I'm listening to. I think the recommendation came because I was listening to Return to Innocence from Enigma. Now listen to a Bengali one. This is one of my favorites. Chandana Mujumdar's Jao Pakhi Bolo Tare. Oof, what a beautiful song. সোনার পালঙ্কের ঘরে লিখে রেখেছিলেম দ্বারে, যাও পাখি বলো তারে, সে যেন ভোলে না মোরে। সুখে থেকো ভালো থেকো, মনে রেখো এই আমারে। বুকের ভেতর নোনা ব্যথা, চোখে আমার ঝরে কথা, এপার ওপার তোল পার একা, যাও পাখি রঙে আমার ধরে কথা, এপার ওপার তোল পার একা, যাও পাখি বলো তারে, সে যেন ভোলে না মোরে। সুখে থেকো ভালো থেকো, মনে রেখো এই আমারে। মেঘের উপর আকাশ ওরে, চোখে পর পাখির বাসা, তুমি বন্ধু বড় আশা। And just like that, we are at the last stretch. Nice, 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 nice. নদীর ওপার পাখির বাসা, মনে বন্ধু বড় আশা। যাও পাখি বনে তোরে, ছেড়ে কইও আমার হয়ে, সুখে যায় রেখবো তারে, মন হয়ে যায় আপন ধরে। যাও পাখি বলো তারে, সে যেন ভোলে না মোরে। সুখে থেকো ভালো থেকো এই আমারে। Let's secure this bit. The song I'm listening to right now is Jao Pakhi Bolo Tare, OST from Monpura Motion Picture, sang by the lovely Chandana Mujumdar and Krishnapuli Islam. Oh my gosh, it's one of my favorite songs of all time. I love this song. Highly recommend you guys check out this song. This is Ant Empire by Gorillaz. I love this song. Another one of those songs that I play almost whenever I need like a chill song just to play on a loop or with my favorite playlists. I'm listening to Dhol Jagore 90s memories. That's so cool, yeah. I miss that kind of like music that had a little bit more story behind it and not just something for the sake of doing it. Even with this art piece, I've been struggling with it for a while because I didn't want to do something that was unauthentic to me. I wanted to create a piece that was like genuinely me. Like I wanted to bring that joy and that happiness that I feel about certain things in life. There isn't a lot of things in life you can honestly say brings me joy. Beyond food, art is definitely one of those things that gives me joy, and it's not for no reason. I am trying to preserve things that don't exist anymore, like this little lace that I fell in love as a kid making art in Bangladesh that haven't been really available in a long time, and this is just my way of preserving that story, that little way of life that feels so foreign now, right? Things that was your everyday now feels like a distant memory, because you're like your life has moved on to such a different I would say a different route, that things that you were so used to in life just feel so alien, right? But I'm not sad about any of those things anymore. I love the fact that I have the exposure to Bangladeshi art, culture and society and everything that was available when I was a kid growing up. Was I sheltered? Absolutely. Was I unaware of the entire world around me? Absolutely. But that also gives me this deep understanding, the fact that I spent most of my early life learning about my own culture, my own society and my own history, where I came from, who are my people, what kind of a life and society we created for us, versus this very unique way of life in Canada where you meet people from literally all around the world. And that's a different experience. Both have their amazing aspects, their heartbreaking aspects to both. But I don't feel saddened by any of this. It's just preserving things that you feel sacred to your heart. Like this piece of art is close to my heart and I try to preserve that thing. Well, at least as long as I live. Like if I die tonight, tomorrow morning, if me and nothing of mine exist, at least you will have this piece of art that will be like, hey, he was a guy who was really into this and he created this piece because he appreciated this art. And that would be my contribution to this whatever mosaic puzzle piece that you call humanity or life. Because like what matters? What really does matter? Because that is a question that grapples me as an artist over and over. It's like, what is the meaning of any of this? Because things just seem so out of wire, out of whack. I feel like our entire society, our way of life is just changing so dramatically, so fast. I think I need a second to catch my breath and recalibrate. So the easiest place for me to go is art, because that gives me a moment to just sit down and really try to grasp onto what's going on in and around life. Like, I like to bring joy and happiness and talk about joyful things in life just because I know for a fact that there are plenty of sad things going on in the world. And even without me contributing to it, there will continue to be a lot of sad things in the world. So if I can bring even the tiniest bit of joy in the world, I feel like that's a good thing to do. Because like, at least I'm doing my bit to have a better world, I guess. Trust me, like, older people don't realize this about younger people in general, and this is not just our current generations and whatnot. It goes to human way of life forever. Older generations don't really care or realize what affects us, especially mentally and emotionally. They feel like they effed up big with all the stuff they did after COVID and during COVID, that they can just start a few wars, distract us from their way of life, and we will just move on. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. young people are not gonna forget the atrocities that were done, and what people chose to do and not to do, what were priorities and what were not priorities. So as a regular human being, I feel like the most I can do for my fellow humans right now is something that everybody craves and don't have a lot of. A little bit of joy, a little bit of happiness, doing my bit for society. Because if I can, in your terrible day, because I know everybody is going through a rough time right now with all the things happening in the world, if I can make your day a little bit, the teetsiest bit better, I think that's a win. And I think that is the way we should all like approach this thing in life. It's like, I didn't mess things up, but I'm not gonna mess things up even more. What I can do as a single person is make sure that I stay positive, I bring that positivity, and I contribute that goodness that exists in us. Because I know for a fact that we have a lot of kindness in this planet, in humanity. Even when we are going through some of the worst things in life, we have a lot of kindness. And again, as I say all the time, I don't really care about being nice or polite. That is an act. Being polite or being nice is an act. Kindness comes from your heart. Kindness comes from your soul, and that should be the end game. You don't really need to be polite or kind, because that's an act. Polite or nice, that's an act. Be kind to people, because kindness flows through your soul. It comes from who you are as a person. So for me, creating a bit of art comes through my way of I'm doing my bit. I'm making sure that I don't spread more hate, and whatever I have left is to bring people a little closer, have that little bit of joy left in life, and continue that little story of us, story of who we are, story of who I am. Because again, you can do what you wish to do, but I believe in karma. Doing bad things in life does not lead to good things. Especially if you are a person with conscience, it will hurt your conscience. If you don't have a conscience, that's a different thing. People can do whatever they want. Nobody's stopping anybody from doing anything. But a person with conscience will think about the actions we make, especially when it comes to what we do reflects into the world, and at the same time the kind of thing we bring into the world. Like with your time, you can do whatever you choose. I choose to do this, it's just because what I feel like doing. For you it might be something completely different. You might be somebody who don't really care about this, but you might be somebody into sports. I don't really care much about sports, clearly. But that's fine. Not everybody needs to love the same thing in life. Because we are so different from one another, we are so unique as a species, we can have completely different taste in life, different passions in life, still coexist in a happy way. And that's the sync I think is missing right now, that we need to calibrate towards. Because think of 2019 or 2018. Do you think you were better in 2019, 2018? What was different about life in 2018, 2019? Can we trace back to what were the good things and things that we can go back to before the big pan and all the things that were happened afterwards? Because that is my goal in life, trying to find that balance, trying to find my sanity, because you cannot ignore it. You cannot ignore what's going on in the world. Every single day is something or the other, and sometimes it feels like, oh wow, that's a lot. That's a lot. How are you as a regular person supposed to make sense of some of these things in the world? And that's what I feel like I want to do with my time and my energy. Is not, I can't really contribute in the way I think society expects me to, but I feel like I can contribute by bringing that sense of joy that I crave in life. I need a sense of joy, a sense of happiness, a sense of community in life. And if you don't have it, you do it, you make it. And that's what we're working towards. Yeah, Cam, I agree with you. So, before I end this thing, I wanted to talk about, that's the last thing I was going to talk about, is that distractions in life. Is this a distraction in life? Absolutely. I have chronic illness, chronic pain, and I deal with that every single day of my life. It is not a fun thing to deal with. I'm having a procedure tomorrow, medical procedure. I'm not going to give you guys details, but I'm going to tell you this. Keeping my mind away from things that cause me pain is a big thing I want to do with my free time. Creating art, making food, just talking to you guys or whatever. These are the kind of things that takes my mind away from those things. I feel like if I can find a moment of solace, a moment of distraction, something takes me away from my pain, like quite real physical pain, it's worth it. It takes my mind off things. One thing for sure, it is meditative. People have been working on these things like laces and beadworks for generations, including right here in Turtle Island, where our indigenous people, the First Nations, the people of the land, they've been using glass beads as a way of expressing their art, showcasing their culture for so long, just like my people back in Bangladesh have been doing for hundreds of years. It's such a wonderful, rewarding thing when you're not only creating art, but you're also at the same time telling stories of your people, stories and songs of a time I don't think a lot of people remember, and increasingly we are forgetting about. Like, it still baffles me to think like merchants from Persia and China and all over the world coming up to the banks of Buriganga River in Dhaka, bringing with them these amazing gold, glass beads and all sorts of intricate stuff which artisans in Bengal would craft into these breathtaking pieces of couture, pieces of art, that the artisan is dead but their art lives on and is a testament to their craft. It's such a beautiful story, and I want to continue that story of my people, our art, our history, our culture, and stories that probably not a lot of people remember anymore, and increasingly the world is forgetting. Thank you so much, Cam. I appreciate. Yeah, it is what it is. I can't change things the way I wanna change, especially fate and life. But one thing I can do is to make the best of any situation, and that's what I'm planning on doing. It's just, even with things that bring me pain and suffering, I plan on working on it, milking it to my own benefit. Sometimes when I'm in a lot of pain and I'm looking for distraction, my art is probably the first place I move to or I take to. Definitely a good source of distraction, but also rewarding. I don't feel like I'm wasting my energy or wasting my time. This is a bad net. I have to take her out. She is so skinny, this lace. She is so skinny. I miss the sides frequently because she also twists around a certain point. Oh, they're playing Papa Hute. Slip. Let me play something different. View my playlist. Oh, this is perfect. Skinny queen indeed. Look how skinny she is. She is skinny. Like, this is my finger and this is how skinny she is. One thing for sure, she's shiny. She literally shines like real gold. So that's the part that I'm really, really intrigued by. Let's finish it up. Oh, Tovlo's moments. How does she get the knot in exactly the same spot over and over again? I will never understand. Why? Why are you getting naughty? Not. Wait. Yeah, I need to finish her. She's getting to my nerves. Ooh, by the way, do you know who were some of the most prominent buyers of some of this artwork used to be, especially the clothes, the couture, were the courtesans. And beyond actual royalty, the most powerful people were women. Women who used to run very successful and famous brothels in the entire world. So there were couple of competing houses. There was obviously the very famous Lahore-based brothels run by courtesans of Hira Mandi. But Dhakai Baijis had a prominence, and their exquisite costumes encrusted with golds and diamonds and exotic gems from around the world has been documented by, well, a lot of different people around centuries of Bengali Sultanate and Mughal rule, and include and up till the colonized era, because Dhaka was technically not under the direct viceroy up till later in time. They used to be run by Bengali zamidars, nawabs. So it was a very localized structure that had a higher colonizer architecture. But the courtesans thrived. The madams of these high brothels would create the kind of artwork that would put, like, I don't know, Hollywood celebrities to shame, because they would wear the kind of expensive things which again they owned on their own and not some man. Oof, fierce. Like, there are literal poems and sonnets written about the ghagra or the dupatta, or the, like, a scarf these ladies would wear. Oh, again, incredible fashion design and art that has just sort of slowly faded away into the annals of history. That's why Bangladeshi women, any opportunity they get, they dress at the nines. Like if you've ever experienced a Bangladeshi New Year celebration or a Bangladeshi wedding, you would know exactly what I'm talking about. Girlies love to dress up, even the men love to dress up, but women wear their jewelry. Trust. There are times when somebody would go to a wedding and be like, who's the bride? Because everybody's wearing some insane amount of jewelry. And Dhakai women, especially, women from Dhaka, Bangladesh, those girlies, hats off to them, never shy away from wearing heavy jewelry. That is a very distinct feature of Dhakai women. And that jewelry too, oof, the exquisite work. There are still traditional gold designers and merchants from places like Tati Bazar and Shakhari Bazar in Old Dhaka, with families that go back to like 10-20 generations of working in gold shops. Like they have these continuous family businesses. It's insane to believe. Like sometimes people get emotional, like my grandfather worked in this company, my great grandfather worked in this. Think of 20 generations of men working in a single shop throughout time, creating gold jewelry and stuff. Oof. Those are the stories that nobody really talks about or hears from. The stories that sort of just stay hidden from most of the world, because nobody's really going out seeking those stories. If you ever, anybody ever has an opportunity to visit Bangladesh, I will always ask them to visit Shakhari Bazar and Tati Bazar, two of the closest neighborhoods to where I grew up in, but also somewhere you have some insane, incredible history still living, still survives till this day. Some old ancient temples, some incredible mosques and minarets. Oh, again, continuously lived by humans for at least a couple of thousand years. So that's the effect. Generations after generations came in. Do you know that there was an Armenian community that thrived in Bangladesh? And they were the first community to really bring in Christianity to Bengal back in the days. There's an old Armenian graveyard and an Armenian church in Bangladesh, in Old Dhaka. The neighborhood where my old first school I was ever admitted to, used to be in a neighborhood called Armani Tola. Armani Tola literally comes from the Tola or Ton, where the Armenians are from. So now we have Bridgerton, Flemington, and all of these things we watch in those Shonda Rhimes shows and whatnot. Ton was an actual terminology for like the elites of certain community. Armani Tola, Tola comes from the word Ton. Armani Tola was the community of Armenians. So like think of this, there's nobody left. The last Armenians left for Australia, I believe, a couple of decades ago. So nobody lives there anymore, but they have this entire family history and old Armenian style architecture in Bangladesh. I don't know if any survived anymore or not. I think most of it is gone. But I do believe that church still exists. The Armenian church in Old Dhaka, Bangladesh still exists. And just to think of it, like different people brought their stories and brought their families, because like right now people move to Canada hoping for a better future because this is like where the best of the best in the world is. Back then that was considered the best of the best in the world. If you want to have a better life, you don't want to stay in poor, sick, old, broke Europe. You want to go to somewhere like South Asia because that's where money was, society was, and culture was. So those old ancient families would come in, including the Armenians, and they have their own history. That was just one of those many communities that has over time come and enriched our culture and our society and our history. And our fabrics is a testament to that. It's a funny thing to think about, like how long this thing has stretched. Like, we think of a 200-year-old Canadian or American city and we're like, ooh, that's old, that's ancient. When you think of like 2,000-year-old city, that takes a very different meaning. Like, England has London, Turkey has Istanbul. Few places on earth have those continuously inhabited societies, continuously inhabited cities around the world. That one of those happened to be Dhaka. And yeah, we have our history and this art that enriches us so much. This particular piece is an ode to that. And I'm almost done. I'm almost done. What's that? Hey Tia, welcome to the stream. Welcome. Just working on an art piece. It's a very rainy night. It's not midnight anymore, it's Monday. So hello Monday. I just realized it's beyond midnight, so it's not Monday anymore. Sorry, it's not Sunday anymore, it's Monday. So we are at the early hours of Monday working on an art piece. Oh, Space Oddity. I love David Bowie. And very still, and my spaceship reaches where to go. I love her very much. She knows. Ground control to Major Tom. Your circuit's dead. There's something wrong. Hear me, Major Tom. Ooh, I am done. I'm securing the lace with hot glue. Because the Golden Lotus mandala base is made with foam and lace, polyester lace on top of foam. So we're making sure she has a little bit of a body left and it doesn't completely deflate. Hot glue can be a little overwhelming for foam, because like the needle would not have worked at all. Ooh, and here I will secure the bottom of the lace with a little glue, which will stop the threads from unfurling. And like that, snappy snap. Cutting off the umbilical cord. And before I tie up the lace, let me finish off with the thread. Gonna pass her through this. Okay, she has come out on the other side. Oh, this is Dracula by Tame Impalas. I love this song, so cute. Very catchy. Okay. Now we're gonna loop her back in the other piece of the lace. I'm gonna tie a knot before I secure it with the hot glue in the bottom. And just like that, we are almost done. Ah, okay. Ah. I'm trying to secure this thing. My love. Let's put our thready thread away. Actually, I want to cut her because she has a knot over here that is not appreciated. Okay, and now we secure the bottom of it with putty glue. And just like that, she is done. This layer that I just made. Let me show you guys. So there's a lace layer. These white pearls with golden studs. Okay. Thank you so much for watching. It's beyond midnight. I appreciate every last one of you. Thank you so much, Cam, for keeping me company throughout most of it. I really appreciate you because it must be 3 a.m. in Toronto right now. 3:15 in Toronto. So thank you so much for watching, every last one of you. Hope you guys have a wonderful night. If you enjoyed the stream, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hope to see you guys next time. Bye bye.